Hey guys, it's Vanessa with Up and Growing, and we're going to be making this little trick or treat bag. We're going to start out with a 1-inch thick styrofoam block that I just cut. It's about 3 inches tall and 2¼ inches wide. And I'm just going to roll out some orange foam clay. I am using the Bose foam clay, and you can get that on Amazon. I want to start with straight edges, so I am just going to be trimming a straight line at the bottom and the sides of my clay. And then I'm going to attach it with some super glue. And then I'm going to bring that other side right up to that piece of clay that I just glued down right there. I'm meeting it right up where I can feel that clay underneath, and then I'm going to remove the excess. I don't want to overlap it and make it very bulky, so I'm just going to smush it down there. I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to trim off some of the excess. I like to leave a little bit at the top of my bag. I'm going to trim the bottom and then just fold it closed. I do want that clay to sit nice and flat, so I'm just going to smush it down, give it a little wiggle so it's nice and flat there. And then I'm going to drop those edges there so it looks like my bag is nice and open. And then I'm going back and I'm blending that seam. You don't want your clay to split. When the foam clay dries, it does puff up. So get a nice blend on that and you won't have any creases like splitting apart. And then I did trim just a little bit more off the top of my bag. And then I'm going to roll out a rope of orange and black, and then I'm going to twist them together for my handle. It doesn't matter how long you go. I would rather have it longer and be able to trim it down tomorrow when I put this one together. I don't want it too short because when we add the spackle inside the bag and our little treats, you don't want your handle to disappear. So I like it just a little bit longer there. And I'm just going to twist them. And then I'm going to get it into shape. I'm going to line it up kind of roughly with the styrofoam that's inside my clay there. And I'm going to let it sit on my table just like that. And let it dry. And now we're going to move over to this dry one. I did add some little lollipops to the front of my bag. And then I'm going to hot glue just some toothpicks right down inside my styrofoam. You do not need to do this part. You can just super glue your handle, your dry handle, right to your styrofoam. I like a little bit of insurance, so I'm going to add toothpicks as well as super glue. And then I'm going to run those toothpicks right up inside of my twist right there. And now I'm going to be using my one-time lightweight spackle. I'm sorry, the Red Devil. And you could totally use clay. You don't have to use spackle. You guys know I love to incorporate my spackle with my clay. And then I'm just going to add some little clay candy balls that I just rolled out, a little piece of chocolate, and of course our sprinkles. If you guys want to unload those cabochons that you have here, your little candy cabochons, that would be super cute. I do have some in my Etsy shop. And I hope I've inspired you guys. Thanks.